Hello everybody. So here is my Module 2 practice. So I decided to do a STEM activity for my third graders called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And the main questions that are involved in this challenge were: how can I design a bed to hold a certain weight using certain materials? And will the bed hold the weight of the figure? So this is the challenge: using materials provided, and personally I use toilet paper rolls and paper towels because I'm on vacation right now, so I didn't really have access to much, but in the classroom this would look a little bit different. I would probably provide them with the toilet paper rolls and note cards, something a little bit more sturdy, maybe some tape, popsicle sticks, things like that. And create a new bed for Goldilocks. Once Goldilocks tests the beds, then introduce the heavier bears. So I used a toilet paper roll for Goldilocks herself as well. So this was the bed I created. Again, like I said, I'm on vacation, so I had a little bit of a minimum to work with for materials. But as you can see, I took 4 toilet paper rolls and I cut down the middle of them to make a little notch, and then I attached the paper towel, and I had Goldilocks there for the weight, and it did actually hold, which I was shocked because the paper towel's not that strong, but neither was Goldilocks. So depending on the weight of Goldilocks, that might change your project a little bit. How does this link to a STEM career? It links to engineering because students have to plan and physically design their beds, and they can only use certain materials and they need to keep weight in mind. So a lot of planning goes into this. Before students would even design their beds, I would have them sit down and kind of draw out, map out a plan, what they would use, how they would use it, and then maybe even what they would do if it wasn't working for some reason. Here's my design process template and the steps that I went through. So again, my problem was: how can I design a bed to hold a certain weight with certain materials? And will the bed hold the weight of the figure? Limits would be materials given, of course, time. In a classroom, I would probably only allow students to work for a certain amount of time. And then also you have to think about how many people would be in one group. So then I would research building things using recycled material and how to construct something that will hold the most weight. And then my design using strong materials. Again, I used the paper towels and the 4 paper towel rolls to construct a bed. I created it by ripping a notch in the top of the toilet paper roll and then attaching the paper towel. And then trying it out, I put Goldilocks on the bed to see if it held, and it did. And then in the classroom, I would introduce the 3 bears, which would be heavier objects, to see if that also held. Making it better, obviously, depending if the bed holds, you need to reconstruct it and make it stronger. And then here is my connections chart. So as you can see, in science and engineering, we're asking questions and we're defining problems. We're developing and using models and planning and carrying out investigations. We are also constructing explanations and designing solutions, engaging in argument from evidence, and obtaining, evaluating, and communicating information. And technology, that last box is checked because I thought it'd be interesting for students to see if they could do this using recycled materials. And then math, making sense of problems and persevere in solving them, attending to precision, reasoning abstractly and quantitatively, looking for making use of structure, and constructing viable arguments and critiquing others, since students would then go out and share with each other.